If you had $3 million, what would you do with it?
Well, right now I have a good amount of money. I'm not gonna lie, but I have an idea that I'm working on, which I won't share right now. But I think if I was to pay off everything that I have right now, I could pretty much just ride off into the sunset. To be honest with you, that would be. But I like the idea of having the working capital there because flipping, wholesaling is really one of the easiest ways to make money real fast. And if you have the cash to be able to buy something, whether it's $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, and you can make anywhere between, I think, at least 10 grand to as much as you can on the deal. We've made up to 100 grand, if not even more, in a wholesale deal. That's the quickest way to capitalize. So you could take that 3 million, and realistically, I've taken, I think, starting off maybe 200,000-300,000 and turned it into about 650 to 700,000 in under a year. And that's a fast way to grow your capital, because then next year you can take that 700,000 and turn it into 1.4 to 1.6, if not even a little bit more. Because the more money you have, the quicker it's easier to double it, if not even maybe triple it, just depending on how hot the economy is. But just depending on where you're at financially, I guess if I had $3 million and I didn't have any cash flow, I would probably take about $1 million and buy cash flow to take care of the nut every month, where I don't have to worry about covering cost of living. The other 2 million, I would work it through wholesales. And if the market was already flat and the dust had settled, then I would get really heavy into rehabbing. I probably wouldn't wholesale anything unless I tapped out my capital. Then I would wholesale or recapitalize. But flipping, buying, fixing, and selling is the best way to maximize your capital. So, $3 million. There's multiple ways you can use it. I think it just depends where you're at financially or where the economy is. Really, that's the big difference.
You wouldn't buy you a Rolex?
I've got several Rolexes already, but
is that a Rolex right there?
That's a Rolex right there.
Let me see a little higher. Show that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, what I went out and did was I bought all my toys. I would get a watch if I wanted one, but I don't have the need for that anymore. I think there's two things that I would do that I would advise anybody who's in this business not to do. Number one is don't buy a house first. That's like a big mistake. I would say get your investments and get your cash flow going. When you've got 5 or 10 or 15 grand coming in, and you want a house with the $3,000 or $4,000 payment, you're going to end up with a real nice house, but you're not going to have to worry about making the mortgage payment. Your tenants are going to pay your mortgage every single month. That's one. The other one is buy yourself a really good car that's reliable for you and your family or for yourself, but don't buy yourself a luxury car. I think if you hold back on your self-gratification, you'll be rewarded a lot more in the long run. I bought a one-of-a-kind Porsche. It was the only one in the U.S. It was black with burgundy red, Tiptronic. I had to buy it without even test driving the car, and it was about 115 out the door, and the guy told me, I'll let you test drive any car except that one. And I really wanted the car, so I did buy it. But, if I would have waited, I could have got an Aston Martin or something even better. So I think that's the other thing is, hold back on your self-gratification.